Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. Yes, the Dray Way every day, and I'm glad you're here. We have a great show. We have a lot to talk about, but we are just what? 19 days. 19 days away. And as a public service announcement, I want to announce this for all MAGA members. If you happen to be a member of MAGA, I think it's up to me to let you know that you have 19 more days at which you can wear that stuff. Yep, you have 19 more days to wear MAGA this, MAGA that, Trump this, Trump that. 19 more days. Because once he loses the election, nobody's going to want to see that stuff. Nobody. And I mean, if you go on an airplane and you're wearing that, you're probably going to be escorted off the plane. Yeah, it's going to be that bad. So I'm just letting you know, if you have MAGA apparel, please wear it now, because after 19 days, you're going to look really silly wearing that stuff. You're going to look kind of out of place. So I'm just letting you know. But the other thing that we have to talk about this, because I'm going nuts, okay? I'm going nuts because I'm watching different people on different channels talking complete and total nonsense, and it has to stop. We have to all agree that we're going to stop doing this, because it just tells me all you have to do. Google's free, is it not? Tell me something. Google's free, right? Because I'm tired. I am physically tired of watching other channels and people, immigration is this, immigration is that, immigration's ruining this country, immigration, they're taking everything from us, they're taking our jobs, they're taking our money, they're taking our welfare. It's all baloney. It's not true, never has been true, and it's not the history of this country. Do you get it yet? Stop it. If this is your belief, stop. Most of the time when you guys comment on this stuff, it's racist and you don't even know it's racist. You say this stuff and it's like, do they know they're being racist? Because this has been have you guys not looked at old newspapers from 50, 100, 150, 200 years ago? Have you not seen them? And seen the scourge of Irish people, the scourge of Germans, the scourge of, it goes on and on. We've been having this argument for a couple of 100 years now, and it's ridiculous. We are almost all of us, 99 point some percent of us, we are all immigrants to this nation. We have all made contributions to this nation. That's what makes the United States the United States. It's the fact that we are a blend of people around the world. We are the only country where you can come from somewhere else and become an American. That is extremely unique. It's not like I can move to China and become Chinese. It doesn't work that way. But you can certainly come to America and become an American. And that is what has led to our prosperity for years and years and years. So it's time to stop. It's time to just take 1 minute. And I'm not going to sit here and go through it with you. I'm not going to give you all the statistics and everything else, mostly because I don't know how to do all that stuff and put it up on screen. Mostly because I don't know how to do it. But I want you to actually do positive research. I want you to ask AI, or I want you to ask Google, what are the positive sides of immigration? Because a lot of you just don't know. A lot of you don't know that they pay into Social Security and receive no benefits. They pay in billions of dollars, and they're not getting Social Security. They pay billions and billions of taxes. They boost our economy by trillions of dollars. Listen to what I said. They boost our economy by trillions of dollars. They do work many Americans simply don't want to do, and often the work is dangerous. So what are we talking about here? Can we please stop? Please stop. And if that's your opinion, that immigration is the absolute worst thing since sliced bread, then please, just for 3 minutes, humor me and Google it. Go to Google and say, what are the positive things about immigration? And sit there for 3 minutes and learn what the positives are, because they are numerous. And to sit there and watch show after show after show, TikTok after TikTok, YouTube after YouTube of, oh, these damn people are coming in and taking everything and Americans get nothing. And so, first of all, let me say this to you. If someone can cross the border and in a matter of an hour be doing better than you, you're doing something wrong. All right? But I promise you, a better life isn't coming because you try to put somebody else in their place. You try to bring somebody else down. You try to sit there and go, oh, they don't deserve this. Oh, they don't deserve that. Many of these people are struggling just to survive, just to live. They've come from horrible, I mean, have you heard the stories of some of these immigrants and what it's taken for them just to get here? I mean, it's not the country we are. We are the United States of America, and we do things differently here. Immigration has been a key part to our success, and it will continue to be a key part of our success. And it's time to stop. It's time to stop demonizing this and talking crazy talk like Donald Trump saying, oh, I'm going to deport these guys and these guys. Because when you start talking about deporting, I want you to understand this. Pretty soon when you start talking about deporting and you go, well, I'm safe. Don't think you're safe. Don't believe for 1 minute that you're safe. Because when you start that awful thing, when you start just deporting people, I don't know if many of you know this, but we did that in 1931. We deported hundreds of thousands of Mexicans, whether they were a citizen or not. Look it up. We've already done that horrific thing back in 1931. 400,000 Mexicans sent God knows where. And like I said, many of them U.S. citizens. We're not going back. We're not going back. Let me know what you guys think. Welcome to the Dray Way every day. I'm very glad you're here, and I want to know what you think, so put it down in the comments. We have a lot more to talk about, so let's stay right here. When you watch Fox News, if you watch Fox News, you'll see that they say, well, 79% of Americans feel the country is headed in the wrong direction. We do? What direction would that be? What direction are you talking about? The wrong direction? What's the right direction? Because America, compared to the rest of the world, is doing really, really well. I mean, really well. I mean, 4% unemployment, 2.4% inflation. We're doing extremely well. Oil and gas production, number one in the world. Our currency, number one in the world. You've heard me go through this. So this is something else that we just have to stop saying. We have to, like I was telling my friend the other day, you know what it's like? Because you can tell immediately when somebody is Republican because they're complaining about the country. Oh, there's nothing but crime everywhere. That's not true. No, crime's down. By any measure, especially since Trump was president, crime is way down. Since Trump was president, look up the stats. Way down, whether you like it or not. So what are we talking about here? What is the purpose that we're trying to downtrod the United States all the time? What do we hope to accomplish? What do you think this does? Because I can tell the minute somebody's Republican because everything's wrong. Everything's bad. Everything's terrible. Everything's awful. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't recognize the United States you guys do. Because I remember what the country was like under Trump. I remember it was just a few years ago. I remember 2020 extremely well. And 2020 was a complete and total economic disaster with tens of thousands of oil workers losing their job. Over 100,000 farmers during Trump's reign lost their farms. Over 100,000. Check out soybean prices and corn prices when he was president, and then compare that to Obama and Biden. Just look at corn prices and soybean prices. Trump absolutely devastated farmers. He was horrible for farmers. He was horrible for oil workers. He was horrible for jobs. So what are we talking about here? What is it you think you want to go back to? And like I said earlier, this is, let's see if this analogy makes sense to you. You know what it's like? It's like there's a guy in a barrel and the water keeps rising. And as the water keeps rising, he keeps complaining about it. He keeps going, wow, this water just keeps getting higher and higher. If this water doesn't stop going higher, I'm going to drown. And as it goes higher and higher, he keeps doing nothing and saying the same thing over and over and over again until he drowns. And that's what's going on right now. That's exactly what I feel is happening. Instead of, he could have just reached in the barrel and pulled out the cork and the water would have went right out. Would have went right out. Or there was a brick in the barrel. He could have stood on the brick and he could have been above the water line and he would have been just fine. But see, he didn't do anything. All he did was stand there and complain. And that's how I feel what's going on in America right now. We have a bunch of people just, this isn't right. That's not right. And it's not factual. You know, for example, Donald Trump walks around saying, oh, there's crime everywhere. You know, they tried to make crime out of Aurora, Colorado. And that was found out to be completely bogus. But they're just trying, gangs are everywhere. No, that's not the case. The America that Republicans keep wanting to express, where is it? Because like I said to you guys before, when I go to Costco, it's packed. And if anybody's going to know when the economy is terrible, I'm going to know before you. And you want to know why? I'm in Las Vegas. Do you know who gets hurt first when the economy's bad? Casinos. Yeah. Who's going to casinos when the economy's bad? But let me let you in on a little secret. Casinos are packed. Packed. I mean, you can go to South Point Casino down here on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It doesn't pick a day. It's packed. So I don't want to hear all this complaining. And if you listen to it, if you hear it, the moment you hear it on TikTok or the moment you hear it on YouTube, anyone complaining about how miserable the country is, that's a Republican. That's a Republican who is whining because they don't have their person in the White House. And I hate to break it to him, but he ain't going to make it to the White House. You're about to see President Harris for the next probably 8 years. Whether you like it or not, it really doesn't matter because it's just, when it comes right down to it, it's just math. And we are 19 days away. So what do you think is going to change? She is target specific. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Georgia. Boom, 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 boom. And she's doing the toughest interview. Everybody's like, oh, she's doing a podcast. No, she went to Fox News. She took them on face to face and said, hey, wait a minute. I know that video and you left out parts. You left out parts where the president's talking about sicking the military on his own people, on Americans. Donald Trump is talking about sicking the military against Americans. That should tell you that man should never, ever, ever be anywhere near the White House. He is dangerous. I just saw his town hall last night. Please read, don't watch, read his answers. His answers are complete gibberish nonsense. And if you're a Hispanic voting for Donald Trump, shame on you. I'm saying it right to your face. Shame on you. If you think you're okay in all this, if you think, oh, I'm going to be fine under Trump, you're not. If you're brown, you're not going to be fine. I can tell you right now, because you don't look like him. And you certainly don't look like J.D. Vance. Just remember that. But of course, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think. I know I'm opinionated sometimes, but guys, I got to admit, it's been under my craw, and I had to get it out. And I had to get it out 19 days before the election. But thanks for joining me on the Dray Way. That was episode 19 days out. Tomorrow will be just 18 days out. And if you haven't seen the prior shows, check them out. There's like 30 some shows to check out. So again, remember the Dray Way every day. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Dray Way. Goodbye, everybody.